What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm gonna try my best to answer this age-old question. Should you throw urethane on a house shot? This is almost a taboo subject with how much I see it going back and forth one way or the other. People get so angry anytime someone says that they should or can throw urethane on a house shot. So if you guys like this video and you like more topics like these, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And then if you like this jersey or any of the jerseys in any of my videos, coolwick.com and use my promo code Napoles10. That's Napoles10, and that'll get you 10% off your entire order. Then if you'd like to order this pitch black or this UC3 or anything bowling related, link down below in the description where you can order it. It's a direct way to help support the channel, and I would super appreciate it. Then down below in the description, there's also going to be a link to my Discord, which is completely free, and my Patreon, which you can pay to receive additional services. Okay, so should you throw urethane on a house shot? The answer for me is very simple. Bowling balls are tools, and you use the tool that you believe you need to use to get the job done, period. That's me. But I'm gonna go over some reasons why people would throw urethane and why some people are completely against it. Now, the reason that some people are so against throwing urethane on a house shot is because the oil is not going to absorb into the cover of the urethane balls. And because of that, it's gonna force more oil down the lane. Now, people don't like that because it's going to transition the lanes in a different way than what they are used to. And us as humans, we don't like change. And then so one of the reasons why people would throw urethane on a house shot is because on some of these house shots, especially here where I'm bowling at Samstown, there is so much friction to the right that a lot of times if you're a rev dominant player, some of these reactive balls are just way too strong to throw on this much friction. And then because there's so much oil in the middle, you can kind of just stay in urethane for a long time. And yes, it does cause a little bit of carry down, but as long as you know how to deal with that transition, it's all fair in my opinion. So I'm gonna get on the lanes now and I'm gonna throw the Rotogrip Rubicon UC3 and I'm gonna throw the Pitch Black. These are two vastly different urethane balls. And the reason is because of the cores. The Rubicon UC3 has an asymmetrical core with a very high differential. So because of that, the flare rings are gonna be very spaced apart. And that's gonna be the biggest thing. I would venture to say that this UC3 will not cause any more carry down than any other asymmetrical ball, as long as you're wiping the oil off the cover of the ball. Because the flare rings are so spaced apart, every time the ball rolls over itself, it's gonna be over a different part of the ball because of those flare rings. Then when you look at the Pitch Black, the flare rings are gonna be way closer together, way tighter, and this will cause a little bit more carry down because it's rolling over more of the same part of the ball time after time. And then I know this intro has been very long, but one thing that I want to debunk immediately at the start of this video is people say urethane will cause carry down, reactive resin will not. Well, let me tell you something. When you're throwing a bowling ball 17 miles an hour down the lane, even the most porous, most absorbent reactive bowling ball is not going to be absorbing oil into the cover as you're throwing it down the lane at 17 miles an hour. It's just, there's no way. So right away, I don't want to see that in the comments. So let me know down below in the comments if you have a Pitch Black or if you have a UC3. And the biggest thing I want you guys, seriously guys, I really want to know, do you throw urethane on house? Yes or no? Why or why not? Don't just say yes or no. I genuinely would like to know. So let's get on the lanes. All right, first shot here, we're gonna start in the UC3 because it's the stronger one of the two. Come on, guys. It will be interesting to see what happens to this lane towards the end of this video with all the urethane. So far, I like what I'm seeing. So far, 3 shots in, I'm seeing a little bit of bounce to the right and hold left, so that's good. Yeah. Good shot, dude. All right, so those are the first 5 shots with the UC3 on the house shot, and I went 5 for 5. And let's forget that it's urethane for a second. Let's strictly look at the ball motion and what the ball did on the lanes. The ball got into a roll pretty early. It didn't want to overhook in the back part of the lane. You guys have seen me bowl here at Samstown enough to know how much friction there is here. I mean, when I reviewed the proton physics, I started 20 left of where I was. So this is a tool, okay? And this tool allows me to play a little bit straighter, allows me to play closer to the friction, allows me to play more of my A game. All right, first shot here with the pitch black, again, from the same spot I was just at with the UC3. See, on the house shot, it allows me to play pretty much the same part of the lane. Oh, there's the flat 10. When I get back to the desk, I'll talk to you guys about the moves that I normally make with urethane. Good shot. Small move off that 10 pin. So far, I'm leaning more towards the UC3 though. And then it does that. All right, last shot here before I get back into the UC3. All right, so by now we know that bowling balls are tools, regardless of the core, regardless of the cover, regardless of anything. And in the situation that I'm in on the lanes, this tool, the UC3, allows me to have more miss room than this tool, the pitch black. Now, if I was bowling for score right now, it'd be hard to argue against how good the UC3 is looking right now. So let's talk a little bit about what my moves normally are when I'm in urethane, whether I'm on a house shot or sport shot. Because urethane is gonna tend to push a little bit more oil down the lane, okay, my moves for me are gonna be more right, so more outside for a righty, or right for a righty, left for a lefty. And the reason is that as you create more carry down, I want to get closer and closer to the friction to make sure that the ball's gonna hook as early as possible. And then as you create a little bit of carry down, there is gonna be some hold to the left or inside, which is a really good thing. So now, all right, so back into the UC3 here, same spot as before. Yeah, it's hard to argue against that. I mean, like I said, it's very hard to argue against the motion I'm seeing on the lanes and how the ball's going through the pins. Oh, stuck a little bit. Wow. All right, I don't like sticky approaches, so hopefully that was just a one and done there. Missed right a little bit. Come on, guys. Now look, I'm not saying throw or don't throw urethane on house, but formulate your own opinion based on what you're seeing on the lanes. All right, last shot here in the UC3 before I get back into the pitch black. So I do want to touch on another subject. If you're bowling in a team environment, you may want to double check with your teammates to make sure it's okay, because ultimately, if you're in a team environment, you want everyone to be on the same page. I know that for me, anytime I make any kind of ball change, whether it's a urethane, reactive, if I'm in a team setting, I always kind of mention it to my teammates to let them know what I'm doing, because you're in a team environment. Now, if you're bowling singles, even if you're bowling on a house shot, you don't have to ask anybody anything. All right, so now we're back in the pitch black, and I'm gonna dial my speed down a little bit just to see if I can get it into a roll a little sooner here. So I liked where my speed was, but I missed right a little bit. So let's not miss right, but keep that speed where it was. There we go. The right tool for the right job. And right now the UC3 is the right tool and the pitch black is not. All right, so 2 10 pins in a row. I'm gonna move 2 boards to the right with my feet. And hopefully this will be a big enough move here. Three 10 pins in a row. All right, let's try that again and hopefully not make it 4 in a row. Good shot. There we go. Now that's the thing with some of these urethane balls. Once that 10 pin starts coming up, I mean, those 3 pretty good executed shots, at least decently executed shots, that all 10 pin. I had to really change my trajectory to get it to go through the pins the right way. But like I keep stressing all the time, guys, the right tool for the right job. And the UC3 is just it. I mean, I'm 10 for 10 and they've gone through the pins like 10 back every single time. Whereas the pitch black, I think, would be more suited, at least for me right now, on a shorter pattern with maybe a little bit more friction. We'll see. Another really big thing for me when I'm throwing urethane, regardless of what the pattern is that I always wipe off as much oil off the cover as possible with a chamois. All right, now we're back again on the UC3, and I still haven't moved with the UC3 because the lanes haven't told me to yet. Yeah, ran over the 8 pin. I'm so impressed by this UC3. Miss right. Oh, there's my first miss. So I definitely have to make sure that I get the ball going more up the lane and not miss to the right like that. Like that. Good shot. I don't want to jinx myself, but every shot I've thrown good with the UC3 has struck and no 10 pins. Threw that one good. No 10 pin. All right, last shot of the video with the UC3. Gonna end it in the pitch black. Let's continue to throw good shots with this one. Not a great shot, but still took out the 10 pin. I'll take it. All right, so I'm done throwing the UC3 for this video, and I struck 14 out of 15 times with the UC3. The one time that I didn't strike was a really errant shot that I missed to the right. That tells me that regardless of this ball's cover composition or anything, that tells me that I'm in the right ball in the right part of the lane. And to me, that's the biggest thing. Now guys, again, I am not advocating for you to throw urethane or to not throw urethane. The biggest thing that I want you guys to take away from this video is if you throw urethane on a house shot, make sure it's for the right reason. And then if you're not throwing urethane on a house shot, again, for the right reason. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna move in a little bit just to see, because from straighter, the pitch black just ain't it. A little bit better, but not really. All right, I'm gonna go back to that same spot and dial back the speed a little bit and try to be as forward as possible. Okay, now I'm 100% sure that I could have done this with the UC3 as well. The difference is I didn't need to. See, there's the trick. See, that's the thing there. I get it into the oil a little bit, has no chance. I really got to send it to the friction. Oh, and I miss in again. Wow. All right, last shot of the video. Gonna make sure I project this one to the right a little bit. All right, so here's my final take on this whole should you throw urethane on a house shot or not. If you're getting the ball motion that I was getting with the pitch black, absolutely bleeping not, okay? That's a fair assumption. But if you're getting the ball reaction that I was getting with the UC3, why not? I mean, honestly, why not? I struck at will with the UC3. Great ball motion, went through the pins the right way. Explain to me in the comments, why not? That's all I have to say. So guys, thank you so much for joining me in this video. I super appreciate it. You know I'm trying to do this full time, and I can't do that without you guys, and I appreciate it so much. So click right here to watch my other videos. Click right here to subscribe. Till next time, I'm taking this UC3 with me.